Hey there. So it is Juan. This is my face. Yes, I am a white guy named Juan. It's actually a Terminator reference for those of you who haven't figured that out. I just wanted to hop on here and be more presentable to people because, it really helps when you can see someone's face. I feel like a lot of people have heard my voice notes. They've seen me post, and I just figured it was time to show my face and let you guys know I'm a real person. I live off grid in the Rockies in Colorado. Cook my food by fire. So I'm a real dude, and I'm here to tell you I am sorry. I'm really sorry that you got scammed. Like that's why the majority of you are here and you know about us. What these people have done is absolutely horrible. They're miserable human beings, and feeling all your emotions, being angry, being frustrated, being sad. I mean, everything is completely understandable. I get that way too. Like sometimes I get angry in the chat. It's never directed at any of you guys. Like that's not what I mean. I am angry at the people responsible for running this scam. I'm angry at the people who are responsible for these false narratives that they've put out that got you believing that what you were supporting were great humanitarian causes. And it's very frustrating. And I want you to know that me and the research team are here for you. The research team consists of a lot of really good people, and they went through the same thing as you. They really did. And it's been a long process of getting over it. And we have never really gotten over it. This thing stays with you for a long, long time. I don't think we're ever going to forget this. So I wanted to kind of prioritize what needs to happen here, because we need to get people out of these assets in a quick manner. Because judging by how QSI and Whiplash are acting, it's not going to be too long until they try and rug everything and just leave. And while I don't want you to panic and FOMO out, there is a sequence of events that needs to happen. You need to sell off these scam assets, first off, because every day that you don't, they're probably going to lose value. So first off, it kind of depends how you want to go about this. You can gamble and take a little bit more time by placing orders and hoping for a pump, or you can just swap out. It really depends on what you want to do. You can make more money by placing orders, quite obviously, but it's also the time issue. Like we don't know how much time there is before these folks try to run off. So what I would advise is especially while XLM is low, I would advise just swapping into XLM or placing orders into XLM from your scam assets. And some of these assets you can't do that. So if you have an asset that is stuck in your wallet, you can just burn that by sending it back to the issuing address. So on the asset page in Lobster, you can scroll down and it'll say issuer issuing account. You click on that, and then you can send that asset back to the issuer and burn it that way. Some of these assets just won't swap out because they don't have the liquidity to handle what you're trying to swap out, because these folks never added liquidity. They printed 922 billion quantity for the most part, and there's a big fat zero in Stellar Expert for liquidity. which I'm here to tell you it takes about $20 to raise that to a 1. So the fact that they haven't even put $20 in these tokens, I mean, it's just uncalled for. But sometimes you're not going to be able to swap out the amount you're trying to swap out. So you can have smaller quantities. You can test out smaller quantities to try and swap out, or you can try and swap to Aqua. Aqua provides a lot of liquidity to pretty much everything on Stellar. So sometimes that's a better resort because it's at a much lower rate and it's very spread out liquidity wise. But we really, first and foremost, in handling this thing, we need you to get you out. But just period. That has to happen. And then everything else, we can work on it. As far as looking these things up for yourself, and you can come to us and ask us about assets. And we're spread out in all different time zones. The research team is. So there's usually someone around to answer your questions. But if you want to look into whether or not these assets are legit that you're holding, you can go to Stellar Expert, and I would recommend bookmarking Stellar Expert. And then you can look up the asset code in their search bar and just scroll down and look at the page. If you see 922 billion or somewhere around there with the quantity, and then you also see a big fat 0 for liquidity, or you see a flag. You see a flag that says scam asset. That's how you know it's bad. But feel free to double check with us. Trying to figure out. Oh yes. If you have used your secret key on Lumendex, and this is very important, if you have handed Lumendex your secret key, you need to install Lobster Vault immediately. You need to turn that on, and that will protect you from getting your wallet hacked. Because I feel like this is the theory that there was really no reason for them to create a scam exchange other than farming your keys, because everything that they offer on that exchange is offered on Lobster. So that's really the only reason I can think of that they would even create that thing, or that they would need to utilize it. So if you have handed your secret key over to Lumendex, download and turn on Lobster Vault. It'll have you write down your new passphrase, because Lobster Vault acts as an additional wallet that lays over top of your own. So even if they have your keys and they try and bust in your wallet, they're not going to be able to without your Lobster Vault signature. So get that on right away, and then work on transferring your entire wallet. You're going to have to just toss that wallet in the trash. It's no longer good. It's been compromised. Okay. I think I have covered the basics. What we're going to be doing, I want you to focus on this first because it's a priority, but also in our group, Liberty Crypto Syndicate, we're going to be teaching trading strategies, healthy practices, not these hodl-only tactics. We're going to show you how to analyze charts, buy low, sell high, and doing it responsibly in a wise manner, because we're going to have to reteach everything that people have been taught. What they've been taught, and while it looked legit in places like QSI and anywhere else, those were not legit strategies. The things that they were teaching you were half-truths at all times. And we don't do half-truths here. So we're going to be teaching in Liberty Crypto Syndicate all the different ins and outs of how these things work, liquidity pools, Aqua rewards, like basically all the utilities and perks of Stellar and how to buy and sell assets in a responsible manner. And, we're going to show you how to help build the network too. That's part of our goals. A lot of us are developers, and the fact is that Stellar has been lacking liquidity for a long time from these scammers. And we are just now seeing liquidity start to be built on the network, and it's a beautiful thing. So there is hope in a better tomorrow. There really is. And please don't be so discouraged by what these scummy people have done, because there are strategies you can learn and things you can do inside of Lobster that are legitimate and will help build your portfolio. And you can actually make some really good money doing this. But it's in knowing these tactics. It's in being educated in the right ways, and we hope to do that. So you guys have a good night. I'll see you around in the chats, and it's good to have you here.